Generating images with AI has never been this easy, but Google's drop of Nano Banana last week just took it to a whole different level. In this video, I will share with you how you can generate an unlimited number of images for free. I will show you what works well in this model, what doesn't work so well in this model, and share use cases of how you can use this tool for your e-commerce brand or personal project. You can actually access Nano Banana via a bunch of different websites, which offer you a paid subscription. But there are two ways in which you can access it for free. The first one is via the Google AI Studio or Gemini. You can go to Google AI Studio, which is where we are right now. And what I'm going to do is test it out, see if it works. I'm going to select an image of myself, a headshot in which I don't look that good. But hey, and I'm gonna say, make a short video of me jumping out of a plane while holding a banana. Also give me different angles of pictures. And I'm gonna hit run. Now I know that the model doesn't actually allow for videos, but I just wanted to test it out to see if it would actually let me crack it, but hey, it doesn't. Okay. This is what it produced based on the, oh, that actually kind of looks like me. So the result is not too bad at all, but one of the caveats about using Google AI Studio or Gemini is that eventually you will hit a wall because it will ask you to either upgrade to a paid plan or to use the API keys to continue going. However, as I promised earlier in this video, I want to show you how to use this tool for free, unlimited. So let's crack right into it. I'm gonna ask you to go to this website right here, which is called LMArena. Once you're on the website, you're gonna go here to the top and select where it's battle. You're gonna click on the drop down and select direct chat. Once you have that, you're gonna go here down to the bottom and click on generate images. And you will see that automatically you have Nano Banana pre-selected as the model. From here, you can simply start prompting and start generating incredible images. Now, at some point, this will block you, right? It won't allow you to continue further after a certain amount of tries. But what you should do is open up this website on incognito mode. If you do that, it will continue to keep going forever and ever and ever. And every time you hit a wall, just open another incognito tab and keep going. I've already been playing around with this model for a while. And one of the first things that I did was I uploaded this headshot of myself and I said, can you change the color of the t-shirt? And it did pretty smoothly, nothing too surprising. And then I said, can you change the expression on my face? And surprisingly, hey, the result was actually quite good. So I decided to take it a step further. I generated a picture of this t-shirt, also using Nano Banana, and I said, put a logo of Selling with Naz on it. And it did, pretty simple. So now I'm gonna go change the background of this picture to be a white sand, blue water beach. Let's see what that gives me. One thing I noticed about this model is that it is relatively fast in comparison to GPT. And yeah, within 10 seconds, it's gonna give me this, which is admittedly not the best, but at the same time, I didn't prompt it very well. But now make the background a forest. And it should take about 10 seconds. And here you go. Okay, so this is actually something that I wanted to show you. I just continued on the conversation and very simply I wanted to prompt the model to take the same image that we had of the t-shirt and make it with a background of a forest, and it clearly didn't work. So if you're using LMArena, there's not going to be context being saved, and that can be a little bit annoying. Of course, if you go to Google AI Studio and Gemini and you have an account, that's not going to be the case. It's going to work out well. But of course, this is a free version and a free forever version. So that's why we're encountering this. What you have to do to go around it is to re-upload the image that you already had. And in this case, I'm going to say, make this t-shirt hang from a branch of a tree in a forest. And now the model should pick up and should understand exactly what we're looking for and give me a much better result. And that's going to be this. Yeah, as I expected, much better. If you sell a product or if you have an e-commerce store, one of the most common use cases for the use of this tool and of this technology in particular would be to try out your clothes or your products with a model. Now, I am no model, but in my case, I decided to give this t-shirt and put it on this body. And what I did was I ran a prompt, I uploaded my picture and this t-shirt, and this is the result that it gave me. Now, I have to say, I was pretty impressed. I mean, it didn't change my body massively. It kept my watch, which is something that surprised me. It changed the positioning of my left arm, but I'm okay with that. My arms actually look surprisingly realistic. But another thing that I really like, and something that I'm going to show you right now, is how you can get different angles of the same picture. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say, can you give me a different angle of this image? And I'm going to upload my existing picture, and within a few seconds it should update to this. Okay, not amazing, not bad either. Kept the same background, which is something that I like. Kept the same, I mean, it is definitely me, and I kind of like the way it looks. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a very good starting point, and I could prompt it from here if I really want to do it, and I could probably adjust it. But the core of it is that it allows you to see the exact same picture from different angles. And that, of course, can be super helpful when you have a product that you're trying to promote. Another use case for this model is being able to take two pictures that are completely separate and blend them into one. Now, I created here a super bad example because I was lazy with it, and I just took a picture of a tiger and I took a picture of myself and I said, model, hey, can you please put the tiger in this picture? And the result was quite shocking. It was this. But I can actually get better with it. I mean, they're still bad pictures, but I'm gonna take the same tiger and a beach, and I'm gonna say, can you create a picture showing this tiger walking along this beach? And of course, the images are pretty low quality, and I mean, this is a context that doesn't make any sense. And here you go. Not perfect, not super bad either. This, I think the most important thing to highlight here is that if you have a product or something that you're trying to sell, whether it's clothing or, I don't know, a suitcase or whatever it is, you can blend it with different environments, and you can essentially take two pictures that are completely separate and put them into one. Then it's a matter of how well you prompt that, but it is possible, and I like that quite a lot. And one of the things you can do with this model as well that I really like is you can take it to a whole different level. You can put together the creativity element and the ability to build a visual element. So you can blend these two and see how far the model allows you to push it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a picture of an empty room. And this is a relatively different sort of challenge, I would say. So I'm going to take a picture of an empty room and I'm going to upload it here, and I'm going to say, I want you to decorate this room into an office. Make it classy, but funky at the same time. And what I'm really testing here is a level of creativity that Nano Banana can generate. And within 10 seconds, it's going to give me the first option. Let me see if this looks good. That actually looks really good. Okay, it's funky. It is classy, I would say. I mean, I'm not an expert, but this looks pretty good. So yeah, again, within the e-commerce context, if you're trying to create a space, a visual space where you want to display your product or products, this can be a really good starting point, because you can describe, I don't know, a funky warehouse or an empty simplistic space, or a space with a lot of flowers and a lot of greenery. It depends on what the vibe of your product is, but you can contextualize the background and then add your product to it, which I think is super helpful. But yeah, that was a really short overview of the different things you can do with the Nano Banana model. I think it's super impressive, and I think we're only going to get better from here. If you do have an e-commerce store or a product that you sell, check out this video right here that I made about running meta ads for your brand. I also made this other video right here about how you can optimize your landing page to increase your conversions. If you're interested, check them out. Definitely subscribe to this channel, because I'm gonna have a lot more interesting content about AI, about e-commerce, about automations in general. So thank you so much for watching. Give it a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next video.